This is Kevin Hoffman. I'm here with Horace Finkle on December 30th, 2008 for Mr. Roselle's World War II Living History Project. Mr. Finkle, where and when were you born?
Well, I was born in Hudson Falls Hospital, March 21st, 1926. That's a long time ago.
Okay. During the Great Depression, can you describe how your family got along?
That was in the 30s, I guess, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I was so young I couldn't tell you, Kev. I was only 4 years old at that time, I think, so we had something to eat. I can remember that, but beyond that I can't recall it.
Okay. Did you receive a high school diploma?
I did.
Okay. From what high school?
Bolton Central School.
Okay. Were you drafted into the war? Did you volunteer?
I enlisted.
Okay. Why? Why?
I just thought it was the thing to do.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
My brother.
I graduated in school in the next spring, in February. I enlisted.
Okay.
Patriotic, I guess you could. I don't know. Goofy. Young kid didn't know the difference.
Well, now don't say that.
Well,
God, my brother enlisted too, but
yeah, no, yeah. A lot of us did.
Okay. What was your branch and job in World War II?
I was in the Navy Air Force,
Okay.
and I was a combat air crewman on the B-24 Liberator, the bomber, and also a privateer after when they came out, which is another Navy airship plane.
Okay. What did you have to do?
What was my job?
Yeah.
Well, I was a first ratingman on the aircraft, top turret gunner, forward top deck gunner, twin 50 caliber machine guns, and I was also a radar operator.
Okay. What was your ship called?
The B-24 Liberator was the first ones we got into.
that was an airplane.
Yeah, it was airplanes, yeah. And the privateer, which was the Navy's version. The B-24 was the Army version of a plane, bomber.
Mm-hmm.
And the Navy's come out with one afterwards, which was souped up. We had more gun firepower and better plane all the way around, I guess that's the way to put it. And when they come out out in Pacific, I got into one of those. Pistol Packing Mama was the name of her.
Okay. Can you describe your feelings on December 7th, 1941?
How'd they go again?
That was the day
That Pearl Harbor was bombed. What were your feelings?
Anger, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
I was with my father and one of my buddies that went in service too. We were down to Rialto Theater in Hudson Falls, and they stopped the movie and broadcast it to us, and we got up and left. Ticked off, I guess you might say. Not happy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because you entered in 1944, what were your feelings about the war in the first 2 years that the U.S. were involved?
Just a job that you had to do. We did it. Tried to.
Okay. Can you describe? Well, first, where were you positioned in World War II? Where did you fight?
Come again, Kevin.
Where were you in World War II? Where were you?
Or what's that? Out in South Pacific. Is that what you know?
Yeah. Where specifically? Places?
Or specifically, our type of patrol bombing, we were all over the South Pacific, so we were.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you could had written down the islands that we patrolled and so forth, and they pretty well covered it. Guam, Tinian, Saipan, Iwo Jima, Okinawa, Peleliu, and we were down in Formosa a little bit. After the war was over, we on Okinawa, and we flew the government mail into Shanghai, China. Moving off, basically.
Can you describe your time in Peleliu? Peleliu?
Can I describe it?
Boring.
Yeah, it was monotonous, I guess. We were just doing patrol work is all. I mean, we didn't fly every day, but we had 11 planes in our squadron, so we were flying at least once out of every 11 days, but quite frequently there's 2 or 3, 4 crews would fly each day, so it's hard to tell just when you're going to fly. Whenever you're told to, you did, that's all. And as an enlisted man, we didn't have much to say whether we did want to or not. We were just going to go, that's all. Our pilot was a lieutenant commander, and he was the executive officer of the squadron, so we had held quite a lot of water, which helped us out considerably. Agreed.
Oh, okay. Do you remember when you went there?
And, I don't care. In all honesty, I can't remember. Latter part of 1945, I'm guessing, I don't know. As I said before, I've spent 60 years since I got out forgetting all this stuff and try to remember it now. I can't bring it up,
Okay.
date-wise.
All right. What about your time in Iwo Jima?
We were up there probably 4 or 5 different times. We go up there and at the what's called an airstrip up there, and we'd fly out of there for a week probably, or 10 days, something like that. I can't come down on that one either. But then we'd go back to Tinian for a little R&R, rest and relaxation. Then we would go back there or to another island. And after the airstrips were secured, they were all Japanese airstrips, were secured, why we would take over and land and take off from there. And then we would patrol all around the Pacific, whatever area that the boss come up with, that's where we patrolled, that was all. And it was patrol bombing squadron, that's what it really was. You shoot a few people and you blow up a few, I mean, that's all there was to it.
Okay. Was there anything? Well, can you describe your time in Okinawa? What happened in Okinawa?
Basically, it was all the same. It was we were in Buckner Bay there, which is General Buckner got killed at, and there was an airstrip there, and we used to operate off of that. And as I said just a few minutes ago, after the war was over, we went flying government mail from Okinawa to Shanghai, China. Good time. Yeah, something like that.
Okinawa is described as like one of the most had the most casualties in all of the Pacific War.
Iwo Jima was right up there too.
Yeah. And did you ever see any combat or anything?
Well, it was from the air. What we saw, yeah, we were shooting and banging. But as far as and we were shot at. Excuse you. I got shot, bumped just once slightly, and that was all. No big deal. Where I got hit, your pants covered it up, I'll tell you right now, so, right in the ass.
Okay. What did you think of the Japanese, like now and then?
I have the same feeling, basically, right now for them, as I had when we were fighting them. I hated them. So, that's it. And I still, to this day, can't stand them for what they did. Primarily because my wife there, his brother was killed. sub come up and he was on a destroyer escort, USS Underhill, and they were going down to the loop to, I think they were going down to, I can't remember what island it was now anyway, but they had some more R&R, but some of the boys off from Okinawa were going down there for rest anyways. And Jap sub come up underneath them and blew the ship right in two in the middle, right underneath where Stanley was. And naturally I was into that. Not good. So I still don't like them.
Okay. How close did you ever come to the Japanese?
Live ones or dead ones?
I'm sorry, what?
live Japs or dead Japs?
Either one, whatever.
Well, dead Japs, I meet you, and I have a rifle downstairs that I took off men. And the live ones, they were farther away, it's so we taken care of.
Did you ever see any commanders?
Any what?
Commanders?
Yeah, I'd say so. Well, I guess not highly rated, but like I was just saying, our pilot was a lieutenant commander in the squadron, and he held probably as much water as anybody in that area. But as far as presidents or otherwise, no.
Okay. What was going through your mind during combat?
Keep your head down so you don't get shot off, I guess. Get them first, which we tried to do. And during combat, my battle station was a forward top deck turret as a gunner. And we had 6 turrets on our planes. But that was my particular spot right there. And if they were coming at you, you shot at them and they shot at you. Got hit, well, they won. Reverse the other way, you won. So that was it.
How often did you think of like family, or
Think of your family
Yeah.
daily.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going with my wife Shirley there at the time of it, and I just think considerably about her and my folks to home and her folks. And, just a normal thing to do.
I need a half of the sheet cake, marble with, what's that frosting that you guys have?
What was your motivation to keep going?
I want ice cream.
I guess it's a job we knew we had to do and we did it.
I
think that probably is it, yeah.
Okay. Were there ever times you felt like giving up?
Nope.
Never?
Nope.
Okay. Were you ever wounded?
Just that one time I mentioned. Unmentionables.
Sure. She wants,
What was your opinion on Truman's decision to use the bomb?
so whatever, I don't care.
I gotta say I was for it. Because I could see what was happening, going to happen if it didn't. There's going to be a lot more boys going to get killed. They went to Japan, to Japan proper to do the job over there, so the atomic bomb took care of that. They give up. I was glad to see it.
Would you support it to use it again if we ever had to? Would you support using it again?
In that situation, yes.
Were you ever near the USS Franklin?
Not that I know of. It could have been down there underneath us somewhere, but I don't know. At that time, let's see, that USS Franklin, I don't think it was even afloat, was it?
USS Franklin was the one that never went down.
Huh?
USS Franklin is famous for never going down. Like it kept getting hit, and it would never.
I would say no, Kevin, I guess it didn't.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Do you ever have fond or pleasant memories from this wartime?
Well, like I mentioned, I spent 60 years forgetting what took place. And to this day, I am I guess I would say that was about the end of it right there. I don't, I try not to think of it anymore.
Do you ever go to any reunions, or did you ever go to any reunions?
No, I never did. The squadron had reunions, but most of them were out on the west coast, and I was bringing up four girls, and I didn't have the finances to get out there anyway, so no, I didn't attend any reunions.
What was your most striking memory of World War II?
They got discharged. I don't know if that's the answer you wanted, but that's what it was.
Okay. Can you describe that?
Well, I got discharged, I think, as I recall, down Lido Beach, Long Island. I had come from the west coast, and we went through this procedures, and I stayed overnight in Albany. I remember that night before I came home. I was a real happy boy.
How old were you?
Huh?
How old were you?
Well, let's see, that must have made me hot. Going on 22, I guess. 21, I was 21, I guess. I went in when I was 17. So maybe it was only 20. 44 from, well, you figured it out, from 26 till 44, made me 18, didn't it? Going on 19 years old, so I was just a young kid. Didn't know any different.
And you were in the war from when?
Hmm?
You were in the war from when? What years?
I went service in February 44 and got out in May of 46.
Okay. Other than getting discharged, do you have any other memorable experiences?
Of that particular time.
Of any time in your entire experience?
When we were due for discharge, I was out on Okinawa yet, and they were discharging on the point system, depending on your length of time of service and what you were doing. And after my points come to up, the squadron practically disbanded at that time, and we went to, can't think of the name of the place now on Okinawa. But anyways, where we were shipping out from to go back to the United States. And we were there about a month after I was due for discharge. And I know one morning one thing we did, we had a set of binoculars practically went out. The guys are out there in 24 hours looking out the ocean, see if any ships are coming in. And one come in, I know it was quarantined, they had some contagious disease anyways. That was the ship we were supposed to go back on. So that eliminated that. Well, maybe a week or so later, another ship come in pretty quick. We heard boom, boom, boom. It was a Jap ship coming into the bay, and they took care of that, and that wasn't our one we were going out. So finally a ship did come in, and that was when we get on. And I think probably the happiest time we had, any of us, was loading up gear we could carry and getting on that ship, headed back to the United States. And we come into San Francisco to begin with, and we come back on a northern route through terrific storms, but we finally got back anyway, one piece. That was good. That was a good feeling too. Set both feet on dry land again. Feel you safe. Pleasant dreams.
When the war ended, where were you?
Well, I was out in South Pacific. I don't know just where I was at the time of it. I can't remember now, Kevin. Just glad it was.
You were just happy?
Yeah, very much so.
Alright, I think that's it. Thank you.
Praise the Lord.
Very
Thank you.
much. And I don't know how to end this, so